Welcome. We have been expecting you. We are the three god kings of Morrowind. We are Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil. We have been watching you since your arrival in Morrowind. We know that you have traveled throughout the realm, passed trials, listened to the stories of dissident priests, and many more. It's time you know the truth. There was the god Lorcan, also called Akulakan. He lived in the center of Vardenfell, beneath the Red Mountain. From the depths of the mountain, he gave rise to the Dwemer race, which Westerners call the Dwarves. The Dwarves have increased their power and technology, but among them, there were those who desired to reach a higher level of power. Kagranat, Lorcan's high priest, and his most trusted advisor, built tools capable of killing Lorcan himself to absorb his powers. Our gods alerted us, and Lord Nerevar, his second-in-command Lord Dagoth, I, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil waged war against the dwarves to prevent this sacrilege from occurring. But suddenly, in the midst of the battle, an explosion occurred, and the dwarves vanished in an instant. Only their armor and weapons remained of them. What happened to them is unknown even to us. There are those who say they were punished by the gods for their deicide.
Lord Nerevar and his second-in-command, Lord Dagoth, reached Lorcan's chamber first. There, Dagoth, seized by the desire to absorb the powers of the god, treacherously attacked and killed Nerevar. We arrived and Dagoth fled. Then, the ancient Dunmer gods, Azra, Boethia, and Mephala appeared. They blessed our actions and announced their retirement from the world and granted us the status of new gods. And since then, we are the three god kings of Morrowind, known as the Tribunal. We proclaimed Lord Nerevar a saint and hero. We took the weapons, each of us one, so that they could no longer be gathered together and used to kill a god. Some say that we helped Kagranat kill Lorcan under the promise of sharing the god's powers, and that Nerevar would have opposed it and would have been killed by us for this, but this is false. The Dwemer were the ones who created the weapons to kill the god, the only ones who used them, and the only ones who were punished.
Although Lorcan's body in the depths of the Red Mountain is dead and decaying, the heart lives and is still a source of power. We sealed Lorcan's chamber, but Dagoth-Ur managed to return to Red Mountain and absorbed the powers of the heart, becoming a god himself. From there, he sends ash storms across Vardenfell. The ash turns the Dunmer into ash slaves and makes the creatures sick. On the tops of the Red Mountain, he rebuilt his fortress, Kogorum. We have erected a wall, the Ghost Fence, around the Red Mountain to prevent its creatures from invading Vardenfell. But we do not know how much longer it will be able to resist the power of Dagoth-Ur. Dagoth-Ur is a god, and his immortal body cannot be injuried by normal means, but it can be damaged by the same weapons that killed Lorcan, the hammer Sunder and the dagger Keening.
We cannot leave our cities. Bar Dao, the moon that hangs over Vivek, would crash into the city, destroying it if I were to leave. Therefore, we need a champion who can take up arms in our place. Legends spread, speaking of Nerevar's return, who would drive evil out of Vardenfell. We have been watching you since your arrival, and now we know that you are the champion we have been waiting for.
Will you give your oath before all men to dedicate Sunder to the defeat and destruction of Dagoth-Ur? Yes. I give you the hammer, Sunder, the hammer of the warrior.
Will you give your oath before all spirits visible and invisible to dedicate Keening to the defeat and destruction of Dagoth-Ur? Yes. So I give you Keening, the dagger of the wizard.
Will you give your oath before all gods to dedicate Wrathguard to the defeat and destruction of Dagoth-Ur? Yes? I give you Wrathguard, and I surrender to you the power and responsibility of defeating Dagoth-Ur.
What do you think you're doing? Do you think you are Nerevar? No, you are not Nerevar. You are just an impostor. Where is your goddess? Where are the gods of the tribunal? What do you think you can do against a god? I could crush you with one hand, but I'll let you live. But meet me again, and you will regret it. Come, Nerevar. Let's discuss what happened here, countless ages ago. Vivek may have told you that I betrayed and killed Nerevar, but this is false. Nerevar was a brother to me. Listen to my version. Kagranak crafted the tools to kill their god Lorcan and acquire his powers from his heart. The old gods of Morrowind spoke to Nerevar, their champion, of what was to come. Lord Nerevar and I, worried about what would happen if the dwarves achieved such power, led the Dunmer into war against them, while our companions Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil traveled to Red Mountain to stop Kagranak. In the midst of the battle, there was an explosion, and the dwarves vanished. When we reached Lorcan's hall, we found the god dead, and Kagranak's tools in the hands of our companions. Sotha-Sil, the magician, explained that the heart was still alive, and we could use it as Kagranak wanted to do, to absorb its powers and become godlike. Nerevar objected. A fight ensued, and the three attacked Nerevar. I, his brother, sided with him. Nerevar was killed. I was defeated, and I surrendered. The three drank the power from the heart until they transcended their mortal nature. It was then that the three gods of Morrowind appeared, Azura, Boethia, and Mephala. They told us that for having stolen the divinity of a dying god, we would be abandoned by the true gods, and that Nerevar would return to take revenge on those who betrayed him. Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil declared to the world that the gods had retreated and that they proclaimed them the new gods of Morrowind. Since then, they were known as the Tribunal. I ran away. They hunted me. They destroyed Kogarun, my home. I spent the next few years in hiding. Then I returned to the Red Mountain. The heart was still here, alive and beating. Seeking my revenge on Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil, I used the only way I had. I also drank the power of the heart, and I also became a god, with my priests and my people who worship me. I send dreams to the inhabitants of Morrowind. I steal followers from the gods of the Tribunal. But I will not have won until I have taken revenge on Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil, who betrayed me and Nerevar. If you are Nerevar reborn, will you join me in the fight against those who betrayed us? Join me, and I will allow you to absorb the power of the heart. You will become a god, and together we will overthrow Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha-Sil, and we will be the only god kings of Morrowind. No, you are not Nerevar reborn. Nerevar had opposed Vivek and his companions. You are their servant, and as such I will destroy you.
Nerevar, why do you give up? Do you already want to join those who have preceded you? Is it already time to rest in the cavern of the incarnate? You are Nerevar, and it is not over.
No, cannot be. You are truly Nerevar. Before I die, I'll make sure that no one else will use the power of the heart.
This is the end. The bitter, bitter end.
Keep my mask. Consider it my farewell gift. After all, I prefer you to keep it in memory of me. Quick, get it before the lava covers it. It's my parting gift.
I'll open the doors for you. I died here. I cannot leave this place. Goodbye, my friend.
All sins have been redeemed. The doomed Dwemer's folly, Dagathua's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. You have achieved your destiny, you are free. In my hands, I have a moon and a star. I give you my star, the star of Azura.